On this episode of the Junior Wakefield Show, I have myself and my two boys. I believe everyone has greatness in them. As a personal trainer, it's my goal to get people to push themselves and to see the greatness in them that I see. And some people have stories so great, so incredible, I felt the need to share them with the world. Join me as I sit down and talk with some of the people who define greatness in our generation. This is the Junior Wakefield Show. Welcome to the Junior Wakefield Show. I'm Junior Wakefield, and today I've known my two special guests for 23 and 20 years. Hey.
What's going on?
What's going on? These are my sons, Zachary and Brevin.
What's going on?
This is Brevin's first time on the camera. You can tell. Zachary's cool, laid back. Brevin's all excited. One of the things about it, when you see so many podcasts, when you see so many shows out there, people have different celebrities and people have different people of all walks of life. One of the things that I wanted to do is I wanted to be able to bring my boys on and be able to share some experiences and so forth that we've had with life, with race, with working out, and with just being young millennials. 2020 has been tough. And if you guys have paid attention to the show and just with society and the news and different things, you know that there's a lot of things out there that is really kind of crazy. And so you've heard a lot of bit of how I've dealt with it. Now we get to hear the younger generation and two young men who are facing so many different obstacles in life, especially going ahead. And I want to see, today we're going to talk about how they deal with it, how they feel about it, and how they felt about life, how they felt about growing up, how they felt about being brothers, and just how they felt to having a black dad and a white mom. So, which is going to be different. So, Brevin, since it's Brevin's first time on the camera and onto the show, welcome. Brevin, you want to give a shout out to anybody?
Shout out to all the people back at home, man. Y'all know the deal, man.
So if anybody did not understand that, I'm going to break it down. He wants to give a shout out to everyone at the house. So it's that slang. It is what it is. It's that different version that I know. I talk with my hands. Brevin is my son because he talks with his hands. So if anybody wants to learn Ebonics and slang, I have classes signed up. I'm just joking. No. So, Brevin, give a shout out to everybody else. Anybody else you want to give a shout out to, Brevin, before we get started? Nope? Okay, cool. Zachary, how are you doing?
I'm chilling, man.
Okay. You want to give a shout out to anybody before you get started?
Shout out my boys, man. Byron, KD, Zay, Mobile, Terrence, Aaron. And, of course, shout out to family.
There you go. And if anybody didn't pay attention to that, fam. It's fam. You know what it is, right?
Fam.
There you go. That's fam.
Only the family.
All the whole family, so which is good. Guys, this is an occasion to where we get the opportunity to be on camera, to be on social media, to be on Instagram, to be on Facebook, and we get to talk about life. Now, some of the questions I'm going to ask you are questions that you might not have thought about because I just threw the surprise on them. And I want them to be real, and I want the answers not to be thought out, but I want it to be authentic. And so, I'm going to start with both of them. What was it like? What was it like growing up in a house with a black dad and a white mom? Brevin, you go first.
It was definitely different than a lot of my friends had, especially the school I went to. There wasn't really a lot of mixed race type of kids, really. So it was different. It was quite different from a lot of my friends, and
now when you say it was different, now we always go back, and I always use the word like salt and pepper. When you put salt and pepper together, it tastes really good. So when you put this, your mom and I have a different of philosophies, especially when it comes to discipline. So I'm going to ask both of you guys the questions. So Andrew, we always got to welcome Andrew to the show. Andrew is the producer, the voice of God.
Hey, can you hear me? Check,
Yep.
check, check.
Yep,
Sorry
we
about
can
that.
hear you.
I was
We can hear you.
muted.
That's all right. Well, you're going to be going back. You'll be going back and forth because you're going to be taking a little. Since I'm sitting in the middle, this is the first time me sitting in the middle, so I got to go to both sides. So you'll be switching back and forth. So, or we'll probably just have the big camera out. Now, how was discipline in your house, Andrew?
My dad was always more of the psychological discipline. Instead of like, spanking us or anything, he would sort of sit us down and he would get to the root problem of why we thought our behavior was acceptable and sort of make us come to the terms with the fact that we were wrong at like 5 years old. And then once we figured that out, we would go to our room.
Okay, gotcha. Now, Zachary and Brevin, since we're on the big camera here, question: who was the tougher discipline, your mom or myself?
That's you, big man.
Yeah. Okay. So now watch this. Now here's the interesting one. Who does the most talking, your mom or myself?
I mean, y'all both talk.
Yeah, we'll talk.
Okay, but when it comes to discipline, who would talk?
Discipline wise, or talking wise, mom.
Your mom talk. Me, I would just rather just get it over with and be done with it. And your mom had a different take. So, for example, when I grew up, the timeout was from the time that the hand hit your butt to the time it raised back. So that time in between, that was the timeout. Timeout, because I remember when Zachary being timeout, you have fun by yourself, right, Zachary?
I didn't mind being by myself.
He didn't mind being by himself. So timeout really didn't work. So, and Brevin, if you had timeout, did that work? No. So timeouts didn't work. I would rather go ahead and get the discipline, which is go on and get a belt, go on and use your hand, do whatever, and get it over with and be done. Am I right or am I wrong?
Yeah.
You see, so it would be done. So that's a difference. Now, which one do you think worked the best, Brevin?
Definitely the timeout from the back of the hand to the.
So then, So the action discipline. So I guess that I did that one.
Hand of God.
I just didn't like all the talking, and it was one of those things that the talking you would just like just hurry up and get it over with. I know when my dad would do it, my dad would be like, "Boy, let's hurry up," and then bam, 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 it's done and over with, and you're like, "Okay, cool." You know, the talking is just kind of like torture. That's the way I thought about it. I don't know what did you guys think about?
Feels reasonable. No, yeah, feels like reasonable, like made sense talking.
If it just kept going on in tangents, then the talking would just you just drown it out. It would just become ineffective.
That's exactly it. Now, when you guys see discipline today, because now you guys are older, so the role, my role, was to be able to guide, to protect, to motivate, to encourage, to build, to strengthen, to make you stronger men. And now with Brevin, you being 20 and just had a recent birthday, so shout out to Brevin on December 15th. He had his birthday, he turned 20.
Yes,
and
sir.
then also for Zachary's birthday was in September, so we're not saying anything about his birthday.
Every day a birthday.
Every day's a birthday. And I just had my birthday the other day, so thank you guys very much. And thank you to my West Plano workout group for the whiskey bottle set. So thank you guys very much. Now, when it comes to discipline, and you guys have seen the things that you've grown up, what do you guys think about today? What do you think about the young kids that are coming up today? What word of advice would you give them, especially when it comes for them to do things on their own, things that they would do rogue, stuff like that? What words of advice would you give, Brevin?
I just let them know it's not a game. It's real life stuff.
Well, like what? What do you mean it's real life?
Like you said, you going rogue and stuff, doing stuff on your own, or adulting as you would call it. Yeah, like that's real life stuff. You can't it's not just like some simulator, like a video game type stuff. You gotta think. Yeah, there's no do-overs.
You're right. There's no do-overs. Now, Zach, what would you say? What would you say when it comes to the young ones today?
Every decision you make matters, even the little ones. And experience is the best teacher. You can have people tell you stuff, but ultimately, the best way to learn is to do it yourself. Whether you succeed or fail, that's the best teacher.
That's succeeding and fail is exactly it. Because now, as you guys were younger, it was more of me trying to teach, guide, and mold, and not just me. And let me put Tracy in there. And I didn't mean just me, but Tracy and I, we was trying to mold and teach. You guys had two different families. And I go back to black and white again. Just two different sides of the way things were. Growing up. And when you talk about making decisions, once you guys get to that point to where it's like you push, and then let them go. And then that's where your experience and stuff came in. I know that the things that you learned, there were times that we'd sit and be like, ugh, don't do that. Or, oh, no, Brevin, don't do that. And then you'd go and do it anyway. But then that's when you learned. That's where you guys learned, right? Mm-hmm. You guys learned more like that than you did with me kept trying to tell you this and that and so forth. And I think you guys have grown to the point to where you're learning even more so because now you kind of see the roads of where people are going. Am I right or am I wrong?
Yeah.
Right? And so when you see when we talked about to the young kids and we talked about the young little whippersnappers or the little kids today, because you guys are in your 20s now, what are some of the things that you see that you grew up with that you don't like today?
Man, all these kids got their little iPads and
Yeah,
iPhones.
nobody plays outside no more.
Nobody goes outside no more or interacts.
What? Wait.
COVID aside, like
COVID aside. No. Again, I grew up staying outside. Now, you guys got games and PlayStations, and you guys got them later on in life. You didn't get them at 5, 6, 7, 8. You had to wait later on in life. And so now, but you guys spent a lot of time playing outside. You played sports. You did all this stuff. You stayed active. So now, as you get older, now you have the video games because the video games are completely different from where you guys when you were 8, 9 years old to where it is now. It's like night and day. Yeah. There's so much realism to. It's almost like watching a movie as you're playing a video game, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How do you guys keep a balance? How do you guys keep a balance in today's society?
Work hard, play hard, man. You gotta find the balance. That's the fine line. You gotta find the silver lining of it all. My words are escaping me.
That's all right. But the things that you say, you work during the day, and then you play your game at night, or not every night. You play it. You also throw in your workout in there, and then you do other things, and then you play. You spend time for your game. So you have the balance, right? And so that right there. So with you having a balance, why is it important for you to have that balance? Why is it important for you to work, to do the things that you want to do, and then to play your game? Why is it so important for you, Zachary?
Because it helps me process and just process everything that happened throughout the day and de-stress and sort of relax and just come to terms with my reality. And so for me personally, I like having that balance because for me, I feel like too much of anything is a bad thing. Whether you work too much or spend all day playing video games, too much of anything is a bad thing. So you got to find that balance in order to make yourself more productive. Because I feel like if you spend all your time doing something, after a while you're gonna become more and more inefficient because you just tire yourself out, you wear it down. So it's like a break. You gotta give yourself breaks so you have time to recover and recharge, and that way you can put your best into doing what it is you want to do.
Okay. So, Brevin, with the same question to you, how do you find a balance in trying to keep your sanity and play your game and just about life in general?
Yeah, like what Zachary said, I really just, when I'm done with everything that I've done for the day, I'll just take time, go to the games, sit down and really digest like what really went on today and how to play the part in my life and what I can do to enhance. I forgot the word I was going to say.
That's all right. That's all right. That's a good reason why I put you on the spot. Is for one, it gives you the opportunity to think about it. Now we talk about being able to have balance, and balance is one of the good things that you guys are working on and you guys are doing, and that's one of the things that that's really appreciative, especially about today, because there's so much stuff going on with COVID, and you have so much animosity out there with politics, and you have so much frustration with race and many different things like that. How do you guys deal with it? Now, I know now we all have a difference of opinion because I grew up in a different time, and you guys grew up in this time that we have going on now. Now, you see the things on the news, and you see everything that's happening and so forth, whether if it's politics, whether it's race, whether if it's just life, whether if it's COVID. How do you guys balance that out to say, I don't pay attention to this thing, and so forth?
I just turn off the TV.
I just unplug. You can't leave.
There you go.
gotta
There you
unplug.
go. There you go. Which is a good thing, and that's unplugging. Unplugging is one of the things that we all have to do because there's so much stuff going on out there and so much stuff that you see on TV and so forth. Now, when you now we talked at the beginning. I talked about you have a black dad and you have a white mom. We have a story. Remember when your mom came to pick you up and then KD needed a ride home, right? Do you remember that? Go ahead and tell that story real quick.
Yeah, Katie needed a ride home. Byron needed a ride home too, and Katie didn't want to ask. Actually, Byron asked for Katie. I remember that, but Katie was scared to ask.
Why was he scared to ask?
Because he didn't want to ask that white woman for a ride home.
Because he didn't know that was your mom.
Yeah, he didn't.
So, which is a trip. So it's kind of funny because I remember going to the school and it'd be like, well, whose dad is that? And they'd be like, that's Brevin's dad. And Brevin would be like, and Andrew, if you could show the big screen of all of us, if you look at all of us, there is a different skin tone to each of us. Am I right? And if you look, they call Brevin the white junior. Am I right?
They do.
Because I'm telling you, the things that he does and the things that, we're very similar in so many different ways. And built alike. We just don't have the same haircut. But other than that, it's kind of one of those things. Now when you see that, because KD judged your mom before he even knew her, and once he found out who she was, and then he got to know her, then he pretty much lived at the house for about 4 years. So which is a trip. So during that time, how many people did we have in the house?
About 5 extra.
We had 5 extra
At least
people.
4, yeah.
And so there was
2
5
at
of
any
us.
given time.
Yes, there was 2 at a game. So we had 10 people in our house. And did they enjoy it?
Very much
yes.
so.
Did they learn something?
Yes.
Yes, and one of the good things about it is even though there was discipline, the discipline just didn't stop between these two. It was everybody. Somebody had to take out some trash. Somebody had to do some dishes. Somebody had to pick up some clothes because the water was always running. The washing machine was always going. The food was always getting ate. Am I right? Am I wrong?
Yeah.
The toilet was always flushing because somebody was always on the toilet. It was one of those things that that was a lesson for all of us, which was something that was great. And I say it was great for them. Landry, which was the only girl, and then Tracy may not have liked that, and so that's a different episode.
Another time.
Yeah, another time. So the last couple of years we've had a tough time. Our family has we've gone through some struggles. We have Zachary did the interview where him and I were just talking, and we talked about his cancer. It was a shock. It was a blow. It was the blowest of all blows that any parent could ever go through or try to understand. And we saddled up, we strapped up, and we rushed to do whatever we can, and hoping that this battle was going to be over pretty quick. Because I know if you put all of us together, we're going to do what we can to take care of our family. That's what the Wakefield brand is about. Is family first, and as many get-togethers and as everybody knows us, we know that family is the most important thing about us. And Zachary told his story about how his battle is and what he's going through, and we're still going through that battle again. But I want to get Brevin's reaction. Brevin, how did you feel when you found out Zachary had cancer?
Just like got hit by a truck just out of nowhere. Yeah. It definitely blew up. It definitely blew up my world for a good amount of time. Still does though, but when we first found out, that was.
Now,
Crucified.
we know that things haven't, we haven't seen much progression. It's a battle that Zachary continues to keep fighting. We all stand behind him, and we're fighting there with him with our own emotions and our own thoughts and so forth. As he continues to keep progressing and to continue to keep fighting and to continue to keep going, Brevin, what are some of the things that you do? How do you keep your sanity, or how do you try to keep your sanity? Because you guys live less than 10 feet away from each other with his cancer.
Spend every moment I can with him.
Okay, and what else?
That's what
Yeah.
That's
Spend every moment I can with
That's
him, man.
it. I mean,
Take advantage of the
that's it.
opportunities. Yeah. Don't
We
have
do.
these opportunities forever.
Most definitely. And again, this fight isn't over. We continue to keep fighting. Zachary, how do you feel? I mean, let everybody know how you're feeling and what's going on and what you're working on.
I mean, I feel good. I've been fine. I've been chilling. I've been just doing everything to make myself healthier, looking for other alternatives, doing the best I can, change my diet, work out, obviously, improve my mental mind state, just doing everything I can to better myself in every aspect that I can. So, I feel good, honestly. I'd be lying if I said I didn't. So
Yeah. So, I mean, we know that the cancer has been a blow. It was like a nuclear bomb that hit our family. And it was one of those things that, a lot of us, all of us, it was, Brevin said it best. We felt like we got hit by a truck and we didn't know exactly how to deal with it. And, as each day goes by, it's a great motivator for all of us due to the simple fact that, for one, that Zachary continues to keep fighting. His mindset, even though he struggles sometimes, we all struggle, am I right? We all struggle with how we feel and how to deal with it. And you're right, spend as much time as possible, build relationships, communicate on a regular basis, hold it down for each other, and it's one of those things that when we deal with it as a collective family, but we also deal with it, separately, because, as your role as your older brother, as your older brother dealing with that, how do you feel? What goes through your mind on some occasions?
Well, obviously, don't want to think of the worst, like assume the worst automatically. But that's my right hand man. That's just it just hit different. It hit different when it happened to people closer to home.
Yeah,
Different.
yeah, most definitely. Well, and when you saying that, I say the same thing. It's like, no, it's as a father, as I said, the things we talk about, what my role is, and I take pride in my role as a father, as a dad, as a leader, as to do whatever. I'll step in front of a train to make sure that the people I care about are safe, and the people that I love that are their well-being, that they're happy. And I would do the same thing. Sometimes it put me in bad situations just because I stress a lot. Anyway, but it's the thing that makes me proud is, even though we have our ups and downs, that Zach hasn't given up. And with Zach not giving up, it keeps us motivated. It keeps us pushing even stronger and pushing even harder to make sure that, hey, you know what? They got to go through the Wakefields to get us, and so that's kind of one of the things there. We see the stress and stuff that Tracy that goes through, and the things that Landry deals with, and we know that each one of us has our own things and that we struggle with, but it's nice to know that we here as a collective group, as the men of the Wakefield family, of this Wakefield family, because trust me, there's other Wakefields. Shout out to Carl Wakefield and his family and all the other Wakefields out there. But we're strong. We strong, and we fight. We fight for what we believe in. We fight for what we love. We fight, and if Zachary says he's not fighting, I'll be damned. I'll be damned. Am I right? That's exactly it. So we fight, and so that's what we are. This is pretty. It's pretty cool to be able to sit here with you guys and just kind of just shoot the, you know what it is. But anyway. So we just it's pretty cool. What do you guys think of the show? What did you guys think about coming in here and just sitting around talking?
it's refreshing.
Yeah.
Refreshing, just cool, just kind of laid back. We don't. We're away from all the stress. We're away from the stress out there. Because trust me, as soon as we walk out of here, we'll get right back into it. But it's nice to be able to just sit in here and just chill out. We are the Wakefield men. You know, and I say men, there ain't no boys in here. It is the Wakefield men. You guys are my sons. I love you to death. I appreciate, you know, the progress that you guys have made and that you continue to make. You know, you guys, you know, I think I did my job. I think I did my job. You know, now to let you guys go out. Of course, you guys know if you fall, man, you know, all you got to do is pick up the phone and we're rolling, you know. And in the words of slang, we strap up and we go and get it. Am I right? You know? So that's exactly it. So before we go out, Brevin, give out some words of advice. Give out, you know, what you appreciate about the family. Just say whatever you need to say. It's your chance. You're on the camera's on you.
I was like, say anything.
Whatever you want to say.
It's your words of wisdom, man.
Yeah, words of wisdom.
Words of wisdom. Let me see. All
Brevin,
right.
they gave us the 2
All
minute sign. So
I'm
you gotta hurry
gonna
up.
drop this on y'all. Don't get lost in the sauce. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
Very nice,
All
very
righty.
nice, very nice, very nice,
Okay.
very nice.
Zach, go ahead.
It kind of contradicts what I said earlier, but don't take yourself too serious, man. You don't gotta take nothing too serious, bro. Enjoy the present moment because that's all you got. You don't got tomorrow. You don't got yesterday. You just got right now and what you do right now. So enjoy it right now. And don't take your life too serious. And you'll be actually no, take your life serious. But don't take everything else too serious. Don't take social media serious. Just keep it cool, man. Don't get lost in the sauce, man. Just
And
keep
live in the moment too.
live in the moment.
Well, my thing is it's you know, lessons learned. I mean, you know, we talk about the things that we learn. We get more experience from learning. We get more experience from doing our own. We get more experience from being able to listen to the old school cats, such as my dad, Grandpa. Shout out to Grandpa, my dad. Shout out to Larry, which is Tracy's dad. So, of the things that we learned and what we taught and we passed it down, and that's some of the things that aren't happening today. You know, things aren't getting passed down because my boys now are able to share the things that they've learned and the experiences that they learned and grew up with and share it with the younger generation, ones that are younger than them. And you know what? And from example, with Zach, don't take everything too serious because I'm telling you, stress is a killer. And boy, do I know that one.
It's gonna ruin your mood. It's gonna ruin everything.
It'll ruin everything. And trust me, as much stress that I've had in 2020 and 2019 and 2018 and 2021 is going to be completely different. Well, guys, thank you guys. Thank you guys for being here, Brevin. Love you to death. Thank you for being here, Zachary. You guys got updated on Zach. As I said, the cancer's still fighting, but it's not as strong as we are. We're going to continue to keep fighting. We still going to kick its butt, you know. So, you know, we got to do what we got to do, and we're going to be there. You know, in the words of Brevin, what'd you say? What was the sauce?
Don't get lost in the sauce.
Don't get lost.
Don't get lost in the
We're going
sauce,
to finish
man.
out. Don't get lost in the sauce. You know what it is. Keep the family strong. You guys make sure you take care of yourself. You know, love you guys. Thank you guys for being here. Appreciate it. Thank you, Andrew, for the producer. Thank you, Real
Voice
News
of God.
PR, for giving us the opportunity to be able to have this platform. You know, I love you guys to death. I love everybody out there that's watching. I appreciate it. If you know me, you know I'm telling the truth. The Voice of God, man, he's all boy. I'm telling you, Andrew, can you give us a shout out?
Yeah, sure thing. Junior, I always give a shout out to you. You keep us well fed and healthy. And honestly, shout out to the three of y'all in there. You know, every day I record a lot of shows and I edit a lot, but when you guys come in, I consider it a break from work. You guys are relaxed. I consider y'all friends. So thanks for making my life and my job so much easier and more pleasant.
Awesome. Well, appreciate that. Thank you, Andrew, for the Voice of God. Hey, guys, we're about to do What's on Your Plate. So thank you guys for watching the Junior Wakefield Show. We'll be back after. I guess I'll see you next year. Thank you guys. 2020, hurry up and get the hell up out of here.
done with
You've
you.
been tough. We're done with you. Thank you guys for watching the Junior Wakefield
in
Show.
peace, Kobe, man.
Thank you, Zachary. Thank you, Brevin. Give a shout out to Tracy. Give a shout out to Landry. We miss you guys today. Hope to see you guys again. Shout out to all the workout groups. Thank you guys for watching the Junior Wakefield Show, and we'll see you guys next year. Thank you.